Now we'll move over to the main desk in the center of the room. We have a rack on the left with a PreSonus Digimax 8-channel microphone preamp. We have an API 3124V 4-channel microphone preamp. We have a Universal Audio LA610 Mark II. This is a single-channel unit. It provides a microphone preamp with a DI, a very basic 2-band EQ, and a compressor limiter that can be bypassed if you want. Directly below the LA610, we have a pair of wonderful Vintech Audio X73Is. These are microphone preamps with EQ, and they also have DIs built in for instruments. If we move over towards the center, obviously we have a computer screen, and then we have an Avid D command. This is a controller for Pro Tools. It will give you fader control if you like to have your hands on faders instead of using a mouse. You have mute and solo switches. You have pan control and also transport control. Sitting on the armrest here, we have the remote controller for the Grace M908. This will give you control over volume for your speakers, and it will allow you to switch inputs between, for example, the computer or Pro Tools or your turntable. It will also allow you to switch between the 3 pairs of speakers that we have in the control room. On the far right-hand side, we have another small rack. This rack has 2 Focusrite ISA 828 8-channel microphone preamps. The first 4 channels have DIs, so you'll see 4 quarter-inch jacks. Directly below that, we have an Avalon VT737, which is a channel strip. This has a preamp section, a compressor section, a meter, and then an EQ section. The EQ section can be switched out if you like, or the compressor can be switched out if you like. We have 3 sets of speakers in Control Room A. Control Room 1, Control Room 2, Control Room 3. Control Room 1 are the big JBLs that are soffit mounted at the front of the room. These are passive speakers. There is a power amp that powers them. You don't have to worry about it. It gets turned on automatically. The midfield monitors are Dynaudio BM15As, and those are labeled CR2 on the Grace controller. Those are our midfield monitors. If you need a reference that will simulate what you might hear in a car, we have a pair of Auratones, and those are CR3 on the Grace. This Roland keyboard is usually parked here if you need to work out some parts in the control room. There's a MIDI connection into Pro Tools, and that's about it for Control Room A.